welcome to the Prophecy Minisodes. This is episode 3. To recap, Grammy and Grandpa George indicated that there are some prophecies that have and are currently playing out. In episode 1 and 2 of this series, we explained how our guides indicated the prophecies are from the book of Revelation, and that we have started with Revelation chapters 8 through 11, known as the Trumpet Judgments, because Grammy and Grandpa George said those were completed, having occurred from 2016 to 2021.
This series is meant to redress the gross mistranslation, misinterpretation, and misunderstanding that is patriarchal and wrathful into a more balanced and awakened prophecy for the rise of the divine feminine.
If you have not seen the previous mini episodes, please do so for a full understanding of what we will discuss in this mini episode and the remaining mini-sodes of this series. Now, let's correct the record.
The third trumpet comes from Revelation chapter 8, verses 10 and 11. The great star called wormwood falling from the sky, poisoning the waters. Each trumpet brings a major event, shifting the balance of the world in preparation for divine restoration. For far too long, these have been taken as literal, and they should be metaphorical. Grammy and Grandpa George have emphatically said that there is no literal manifestation of the trumpets during episodes 1 and 2.
So we will not even address anything literal for the remaining trumpets. We know they are metaphorical and tied to the rise of the divine feminine. This episode and those to come will focus on the metaphorical message with a divine feminine touch.
Mimi and I have come up with possible events that have played out, which might be manifestations of Trumpet 3. We will now ask Grammy and Grandpa George if these events are indeed manifestations of the third trumpet.
Grammy and Grandpa George, are you here with us? Thank you. And for those watching, can you show them what your no position looks like? Thank you very much. Let's get into the third trumpet.
A great star blazing like a torch falling from the sky called wormwood that poisons a third of the rivers and springs, making the waters bitter and causing many to die.
Those are the actual words from the Bible. And previously you have told us that there is nothing that is literal being manifested from these trumpets. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. What always struck me about that is that wormwood is actually an herb.
Yeah, it's a medicinal plant.
Yes, and it's actually the key ingredient to absinthe, which has always been interesting to me that it would somehow poison a third of the waters when it's actually a medicinal plant that is healing in so many ways.
Yeah, and it can be used for spiritual awakening and spiritual ascension, unlike other forms of alcohol. The first question we have is the following. Was a manifestation of Trumpet 3 when the Flint's emergency manager to save money switched from Detroit water to the Flint River water in 2014?
Yes, this is yes. So they're saying yes, actually. That decision to switch was a part of the trumpet.
A follow-up question to that, was the federal emergency declared on 1/5 of 2016 a manifestation of Trumpet 3 regarding the Flint River water crisis?
Yes.
That being when everybody first learned that it was a crisis because children were being poisoned with lead in the water and adults were getting Legionnaire's disease.
Yes, but I want to clarify on that too, because we said that nothing is a literal manifestation. So the literal poisoning of the population of Flint, Michigan from this water crisis, is that poisoning a manifestation of Trumpet 3? No, the decision to switch their source of water, causing this crisis and the federal emergency, was a part of Trumpet 3. Yes. So that ties to the previous episodes where it's about human decisions.
The error of our ways.
Yes.
Because again, This is what the trumpets are for, to awaken humanity to the errors of their ways. If you don't remember what happened in Flint, essentially they were getting their water from the same place that where we get our water from, which is the Detroit River. When they switched to the Flint River, they were using a river that is often contaminated. It's not even a safe source of water to like swim in, let alone drink. And then they didn't have the same type of water treatment that the Detroit Water Authority has. They didn't have that to be able to filter the water. So that is what led to that issue.
So it was the decisions prior to 2016 and the federal emergency that is a manifestation, metaphorically speaking, but not the actual poisoning. That is not a manifestation of this trumpet. Just so we're very, very clear on that.
But the poisoning, and let's clarify this though, because the poisoning of the people of Flint is a very real thing that did happen. And the trumpet was warning about what was happening, which was human error, not God being wrathful, as we've said before.
Yes, emphatically. They're like, yes, all of it.
In the Revelations verses 10 and 11, and it talks about wormwood. Is the great star wormwood actually supposed to be about the medicinal plant wormwood?
Yes.
Is that why the translation of it being poisonous is because wormwood is actually healing?
Yes. And the book of Revelations is meant to diminish the divine feminine. Yes.
And the divine feminine spirituality.
Yes. So that's why they turned a sacred medicinal plant that is known for healing into a poisonous star. Yes.
And is that because the patriarchy blames women for everything, basically?
Yes.
And would it stand to reason that wormwood is actually removing the millennia of toxic mindsets because it is a medicinal healing herb that aids in spiritual transformation?
Yes.
Nobody is actually being poisoned with wormwood. They're actually being enlightened, but from a patriarchal lens, that seems like poison because people are waking up to how the patriarchy has harmed humanity and the earth.
Yes. Wormwood benefits the mind and mental health. So truly is it meant to say that wormwood is supposed to heal not just the spirit, but also the body and the mind. Yes.
Grammy and Grandpa George, we want to know, what is the great star actually supposed to represent? Can you spell that for us?
Yes, they can. Okay, please go to the first letter. Z. E. A. L. Message complete. So zeal.
Oh, so the great star is zeal, joy, excitement.
Yeah. As a result of healing oneself, whether it's from wormwood or something else. Yes. Possibly this substance right here on my shirt. Yes.
Not being programmed by the patriarchy anymore and being a divine spiritual being again.
Yes.
When Britney Spears' conservatorship revelations and court case came about, was that a manifestation of Trumpet 3 sounding?
Yes.
Is the fall from grace of Epstein and Weinstein a manifestation of Trumpet 3?
Yes.
And subsequent people related to them or having committed similar disgraceful acts against humanity
During that same period of time. Yes.
From a divine feminine lens, is the reclamation of the witch archetype a manifestation of Trumpet 3?
Yes.
Is the start of the broader conversation about divine feminines a part of Trumpet 3?
Yes.
Is the rise of twin flame culture part of Trumpet 3?
Yes.
Is the shadow work movement part of Trumpet 3?
Yes.
And continuing to talk about like repressed trauma, would the discussion about generational curse breaking be Trumpet 3 as well?
Yes.
And trauma be encoded into our DNA, passed down through our DNA, be a part of Trumpet 3?
Yes.
And how about having past life trauma that we bring with us to our subsequent incarnations? Is that also part of Trumpet 3?
Yes.
Okay, good. So this started a lot of great conversations that have been helping a lot of people. Women talking about womb wisdom. The trend specifically in 2016 of breastfeeding moms using the tree of life overlaying their mammary glands to feed their baby. Is that a manifestation of Trumpet 3?
Yes. Which we both did that with our children. I
Yeah.
loved it, and it really helped us connect more to the womb wisdom that we
And
have.
our goddess essence as
Yes.
well. The rise in the public breastfeeding movement as a way to reclaim the divinity of the breast, is that a manifestation of Trumpet 3? One of the things that we got a
Yes.
huge backlash on during that time, not just us, but all mothers that were a part of this, posting photos, breastfeeding our children, breastfeeding without covers and freely, was that breasts are sexual. Breasts are not sexual, are they?
No. No.
No.
No.
And
Breasts
so,
sustain life. Is that correct? Yes.
yeah, and so we were reclaiming the divine source of life that is our breasts.
Yes. They agree.
Do you have any final comments about Trumpet 3 or anything else that we may have not thought of that you would like to let us know about?
No. Oh, so we pretty much well covered it then? Yes. Let's ask the one last question though in this episode. Why is everything one third in all of these trumpets?
One third of something has been destroyed in one way or another. Why is it a third?
Yeah, can you please tell us? Yes. Okay, please go to the first letter of the first word. P. L. A. N. N. E. D. Next word, so planned. P. O. L. I. C. Y. Next word, so that was policy. B. Y. Next word, by. G. O. D. Next word. A. Are you spell and? Yes. Okay. So and. G. O. D. D. Are you spell goddess? Yes. So God and goddess. So planned policy by God and goddess. Is there anything else? Yes. Okay. Please continue. P. E. G. G. E. D. Next word. Message complete.
Planned policy by God and goddess pegged.
Is that what you said? Yes. Okay. So 1/3 is a planned policy by God and goddess that's pegged.
Is that because only from the destruction of something can life be reborn
Yes.
or creation be rebuilt?
Yes.
So the 1/3 dying off is not necessarily literal, it's just creating the fertile ground for the new life of the rise of the divine feminine to emerge
Yes.
and reign.
Yes. And so then with that, using 1/3, it's because everything's split into threes and 3 is the magic number. Yes. Not just because Schoolhouse Rock said it.
Well, thank you so much for that one.
All right.
As Christians, through the deliberate mistranslation of Revelations, we've been led to believe that the contents of this book of the Bible are literal in order to scare us into patriarchal submission. That couldn't be further from the truth. This chapter of Revelations is about the destruction of the old ways of the patriarchal system of violence perpetrated on women, children, men, animals, and Mother Gaia. Revelations is a warning that humanity has been led astray by false prophets who glorify violence and greed.
Revelations is the divine feminine call to arms, so to speak. The 7 trumpets are warnings to wake up humanity to the errors of our ways. It's a call to awaken the divine feminine, to restore the earth and all her inhabitants to a world full with abundant joy, love, and peace. Revelations is the awakening of the divine feminine to restore balance. As we say in the Christian church in the form of the Gloria Patri, glory be to the Creator, the Christ, and the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen.
The old world is dying to birth a new world, the era of the divine feminine, which is why we should use REM's song as a mantra.
It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine.
Remember that you are made of love and magic, so go make the world a better place.
Peace be with you.
And also with you.